The abandoned warehouse district was quieter than usual. In Gotham, that meant something worth noticing. Beneath the fractured moonlight, two figures approached. Their footsteps deliberate, one a mountain of bulging green muscle, the other a tower of scaly menace, stepping from shadow to shadow. Waylon Jones' Killer Croc had been driven out of his usual haunts. Rumor had it that a green-skinned monster was loose in his city, tearing up docks and flattening half a block near Falcone's old headquarters. Croc had seen plenty in his time, but this he needed to see for himself. At the same time, Bruce Banner, better known as the Hulk, had awakened in Gotham with little memory of his arrival. Banner didn't recall how he crossed dimensions, but the anger remained, simmering just beneath the skin, waiting for a reason to burst forth. Hulk didn't like Gotham. The city felt wrong. Dank, hopeless, and full of monsters. Not all of them human. Croc found the Hulk first, hunched against a shipping container, trying to piece together his memories. Croc cracked his neck, all 23 stone of muscle and scale tensing in anticipation. There was no introduction, just a low growl, watery yellow eyes sizing up the intruder. "Not from around here, are you?" Croc rumbled, his teeth glinting beneath flickering security lights. Hulk stared back. The simple act almost seemed to vibrate with restrained violence. Hulk's fists unclenched, then clenched again, distorting the metal of the container. Hulk doesn't care about city. Leave Hulk alone. Croc wasn't about to give up his territory to anyone not Bruce Wayne, not Batman, and certainly not some out-of-town monster. He lunged, claws first, hissing as he closed the distance. For all his inhumanity, Croc's fighting style was pure Gotham. Ruthless, unpredictable, and desperately efficient. Hulk barely gave ground. Croc slashed across the green giant's chest, scales scraping skin, but Hulk only frowned, shifting his weight with practiced patience. Then Croc's own momentum proved his undoing. Hulk grabbed the attacking arm and twisted, a move that might have snapped the limb clean off any ordinary man. Croc roared in pain, but here, deep in the chaos, pain reminded him he was alive. He snapped his jaws around Hulk's wrist, biting with a force that could shatter bricks. Hulk didn't flinch, he simply shook his arm, and Croc tumbled 20 feet across the pavement, skidding to a hard stop against rusted steel. By now, half the warehouse district was awake. Sirens flickered in the distance. Even the rats and stray dogs steered clear. But for both monsters, the fight had just begun. Croc heaved himself up, spitting blood, the crocodilian urge to kill overtaking logic. He charged again, this time low, bringing years of street brawling and animal ferocity to bear. Hulk sidestepped the charge, grabbing Croc's tail and swinging with enough force to flatten an armored truck. Croc crashed through a loading dock wall, the building's frame groaning in protest. Gotham's underworld would talk about the shockwaves for weeks. Windows exploded outward, alarms blared. In another city, superheroes would be on the scene in minutes. In Gotham, only the hardiest dared watch from rooftops, hoping to see which monster walked away. Hulk, unbothered by concrete dust and falling debris, followed Croc through the wall. Croc, stubborn as the city itself, hauled himself up, fists raised. "This is my city," he snarled. "Only room for one king down here." Hulk paused, something like understanding flickering behind his eyes. Years of being hunted, hated, and chased by people who saw only the monster, he saw something familiar in Croc. But empathy is a luxury for another time. Croc threw a fist loaded with every broken bone, every night spent in Gotham's sewers. Hulk caught it easily, closing his hand around Croc's own and squeezing. Croc's scales began to crack. For a moment, violence was absolute, primal. But Croc called on reserves even he didn't know he had. With a guttural snarl, he twisted free, landing a headbutt that would have felled a rhino. Hulk staggered, more surprised than hurt. Croc used the opening. Blitz of claws, fists, and snapping jaws. Hulk, realizing that he was facing something more animal than man, finally let loose. The air pulsed. He roared, a sound that shook loose panels from every rooftop within 3 blocks. Shockwaves rattled Gotham's bones. Croc was blasted off his feet, crashing into the street with a crater forming around him. He lay still for a moment, blinking up at the broken sky. Hulk approached, each footfall shaking the shattered concrete. But Hulk stopped, Croc still moved. Even defeated, the monster would not yield. Gotham bred survivors, and tonight Hulk found respect not in victory, but in an enemy who simply refused to stop fighting. When the sun rose, both monsters were gone, one slipping into sewers, the other leaping away into the unknown. The city would repair the wounds and the stories would grow. In Gotham, monsters come and go. And the ones who survive, they do so out of sheer stubborn will.